She called her own mother a filthy beggar and had her thrown out. But 3 days later, one shocking secret brought this wealthy businesswoman to her knees.
Have you ever rejected someone because of how they looked, only to discover they were the very person who held the key to your life? What you're about to hear is a story of pride, sacrifice, and a shocking truth that changed one woman's life forever. Stay with me until the end, because the lesson might change the way you treat people forever.
It's Amara. Look here, Amara. Welcome home.
In the peaceful village of Adibeo, everyone admired Amara. She was beautiful, educated, and had recently become one of the richest businesswomen in the region. Expensive cars lined her compound, and people praised her success everywhere she went. But wealth had changed her. She believed money made people valuable. Anyone who looked poor was beneath her. One hot afternoon, while Amara was opening her new supermarket, hundreds of guests gathered to celebrate. Musicians played loudly, cameras flashed, and everyone wanted to greet the successful young woman. Then an elderly woman wearing faded clothes slowly approached the entrance. Her slippers were torn. Her scarf was old. Her hands trembled as she carried a small wrapped package. "I only want to congratulate my daughter," she whispered to the security guards. The guards laughed. Before they could respond, Amara noticed the woman. "Who allowed this beggar into my ceremony?" she shouted. The old woman smiled gently. "My child, I brought you a little gift." Amara's face hardened. "I am not your child. Remove this woman immediately before she embarrasses me." The guests burst into laughter. Humiliated, the old woman quietly placed the small package on the ground and walked away without saying another word. No one noticed the tears falling from her eyes. Except one man. An elderly village teacher watched everything in silence. 3 days later, Amara received a phone call from the village chief. "There is something you must know," he said. Reluctantly, she traveled to the village. When she arrived, the chief handed her an old wooden box filled with faded letters, hospital records, and photographs. Confused, Amara began reading. With every page, her hands shook harder. 28 years earlier, a terrible flood had destroyed the village. A young widow named Mama Grace had rescued a newborn baby from the raging river after the child's parents died. She raised the little girl with everything she had. She sold vegetables, worked on farms, skipped meals, walked miles so the child could attend school. When the girl earned a scholarship to the city, Mama Grace secretly sold the only land left by her late husband to pay for her transportation and school supplies. She never told the girl the truth. She wanted her daughter to dream without feeling guilty. Then one day, after graduation, the young woman left for the city. Success came quickly. The visits became fewer. The phone calls stopped. Eventually, she forgot the poor woman who had sacrificed everything for her. Amara dropped the letters. Tears streamed down her face. The old woman. The chief nodded slowly. "Yes. Mama Grace is the woman you insulted at your supermarket." Amara could barely breathe. "Where is she?" Silence filled the room. The chief lowered his head. "She became seriously ill after that day." Without wasting another second, Amara rushed to the small village clinic. She found Mama Grace lying weakly on a simple bed. Machines beeped softly. The old woman opened her tired eyes. Even after all the humiliation, she smiled. "My daughter." Amara fell to her knees. "I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I didn't know." Mama Grace gently placed her frail hand on Amara's head. "I forgave you long before you asked." Those words shattered Amara's heart. Weeks later, Mama Grace recovered. But Amara was no longer the same person. She sold one of her luxury cars. She built a free community health center in the village. She created scholarships for children from poor families. Every year, she organized a celebration honoring elderly people who had sacrificed for others. And at every event, Mama Grace sat proudly beside her, not as a beggar, but as the woman who gave her a future. Because true greatness is not measured by money. It is measured by gratitude. Moral of the story: never judge people by their appearance. The person you ignore today may be the very reason you are where you are. Wealth can buy comfort, but only humility, gratitude, and kindness and lasting respect. Treat every person with dignity. You never know the sacrifices hidden behind their story. If this story touched your heart, remember to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this lesson today.